another mob story. I kind of like this article. I'm kind of waiting for The Irishman to come out. There's a lot of people waiting to see this movie, The Irishman. But there's one person that's saying that the movie's a complete sham, and that's what I want to talk about right now. Let's get down to business. Don't believe the hype. Great song by Public Enemy. New Hoffa movie peddling blatant falsehoods, claims former Irish crime lord. Let's get down to business. Retired Irish mob boss John Berkery is adamant that the new Martin Scorsese film about slain labor union leader Jimmy Hoffa is a sham. The movie, titled The Irishman and starring Robert De Niro as protagonist Frank the Irishman Sheehan, an East Coast mob enforcer, and Al Pacino as Hoffa, is a fabrication, according to Philadelphia's underworld's top Irish gangster of the 1970s. Don't believe it, he says. Berkery, 85, spoke with Slate.com this week for the media's outlet investigative piece Lies of the Irishman, poking holes in the $200 million Netflix production set to premiere next month at the New York Film Festival. The movie portrays Sheenan as the man who shot Hoffa to death 44 years ago. I'm telling you, he's full of shit, Berkery said. Frank Sheeran never killed a fly. The only thing he ever killed was countless jugs of red wine. The 62-year-old Hoffa famously vanished on the afternoon of July 30, 1975, from a suburban Detroit restaurant parking lot on his way to a mafia sit-down with Detroit mob street boss Anthony Tony Jack Giacolone and New Jersey mob capo Anthony Tony Provenzano to discuss his desire to reclaim the presidency of the Teamsters Union. As fiery and strong willed as he was, beloved by the union's rack and file, Hoffa led the Teamsters to enormous heights during his high profile reign atop the union from 1957 to 1970. He was declared dead in 1982, but the search for his body and those responsible for his kidnapping and murder remain active to this very day. Sheeran headed a Teamsters outpost in Delaware and acted as muscle for Pennsylvania mafia dons Russell Buffalino and Angelo Bruno. His work in the strong arm trade on behalf of Buffalino and Bruno in labor union circles brought him into contact with Hoffa. Berkery had ties to labor union activities as well. In the final years of his life, Sheeran helped his attorney Charlie Brandt with a book called I Heard You Paint Houses, which serves as source material for the upcoming Scorsese film published in 2004. 3 months after Sheeran passed away of natural causes, the book quotes Sheeran as saying he was the trigger man in the Hoffa slaying and the man responsible for the unsolved murder of New York renegade mafia chief Joe Crazy Joe Gallo in 1972. Practically out of nowhere, Brandt's book, released by Tiny Sheerforth Press, was a runaway smash success, selling 200,000 copies and landing on the New York Times bestseller list. The one-time criminal prosecutor firmly stands behind his subject's assertions. The house in the northwest section of Detroit Sheeran claimed to kill Hoffa inside of was scrubbed for DNA by the FBI and Oakland County Sheriff's Department in 2005 and failed to find a match. They did find blood splatters, though. Many former members of law enforcement dismissed Sheeran's claim despite him being referenced as a possible suspect in the Hoffa X memo, an internal federal document made up of intelligence regarding the Hoffa hit circulated within the government in 1976 and finally made public in the 2000s. Berkery was one of the reputed leaders of Philly's Irish crime syndicate, locally known as the K&A Gang, from the 1960s into the 80s. He was indicted with Italian mobsters Raymond Long John Mortorano and Frank de Suit Vadino in a 1982 federal drug trafficking case. Following several years on the run from the law, Berkery was found guilty at a 1987 trial. let me just say bravo to Shattered. Great fucking article. You know, I fucked up. I ordered a book twice, and I was supposed to get the Mafia Encyclopedia, and it's just shit like this. It's articles like this. It's little information like this that make reading about these stories so fucking dope. So salute to Shattered. Great fucking story, my dude. Um, Again, like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, and don't forget tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, waking up with Ruckus with the whole team: Mac, Jay, Mel, Kwan, Brooks, Clark, whoever calls in. But again, salute to Shattered, great story, and yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe.